If you have a quad or ATV and the chain keeps jumping off while you're riding, there's a few possible reasons for it. It could be your chain tension. This is way too loose. It should have a little bit of slack, but not like that. It could be the alignment of the sprockets. If you look at the alignment of that rear sprocket, it's not lining up directly with the front sprocket. Or it could just be general component wear. The first thing I recommend checking is the engine mount bolts. There's one bolt here, which is fine, and there should be 2 bolts underneath. There should be 2 bolts here. As you can see, both of those are missing, which means this engine's got a lot of movement, which is going to wreak havoc on both the chain tension and the alignment of the 2 sprockets, and it's a definite reason for the chain to be coming off. So I suggest starting off by checking that neither of the bolts under here are loose or have come out. These cheap Chinese bikes are renowned for having bolts coming loose or falling out. So I've got some new bolts to put in under there, and I'm just going to put some thread lock on these just to try and stop them coming out again. Alright, the 2 new bolts are in, and I probably should mention there is actually a 4th bolt to check. There's actually 2 top ones, so just check both of these are tight. Speaking of loose bolts, check and make sure all the bolts holding the sprockets are in and tight. Found that one of these was missing and the other 2 were very loose. Also check the 2 bolts on the front sprocket. Next I'm going to check the alignment of the sprockets, and I can just see eyeballing that's not lining up. That's lining up with the side of the engine case. If you have a straight edge or a tape measure, you can really see as well. You can see where that's lining up. That right hand edge should be lining up with the left hand side of that sprocket. So at the back here we've got 2 chain adjustment bolts, and what I want to do is get the sprocket that's sort of pointing like that and pull it in so it's straight and in line with that front sprocket. And the way it works on this one is you tighten this one down. Keep in mind these are for chain tension as well, but tighten this one in, it'll pull this wheel in and pull that sprocket in. If your sprocket's pointing the other way, point the other way. Depending on how the setup is at the back, it might be slightly different, but just have a play with that. Alright, I'm going to put the chain on and then adjust it and try and get it straight. Once you've got the sprockets aligned, you can use these 2 adjusters to get the chain tension right. Keep in mind though, you want to turn them the same amount each so that you don't throw that alignment back out. That's now a lot straighter. A little bit of slack there, probably about a thumb's width of movement. You've done all that and it's still coming off. A good chance you need to replace your sprockets and or your chain. So just have a look for signs of wear. This one's not looking too bad. These will start to get sort of pointy. You can see this one here is damaged. You might have some that are completely missing on this side because it hasn't been aligned. You can see a bit more wear on that side. Anyway, if you're having this issue, I hope that this has helped you out.